Thakur also has advised on the food habits. So it's a holistic approach.
Particularly the audience, those who are new, which type of terrain you would like to or prefer for your traveling? Can anybody tell me? Whether it is the left side one or the right side one? And that is your view. I'm just asking the new audience who are here.
The right side one.
Right side one? Why? Why right side?
Because it shows some path, the correct path.
Okay. And do you think the path is something help you, or it is something easy to walk?
Yeah, it's easy. The right side, what I'm saying.
Yes.
It will definitely reach me somewhere.
Reach somewhere. And if you ask me, if I simplify the need of an ideal or guru in a life, I would say, yes, right side is better because it has a direction, and when you have ideal, the ideal defines the path. Ideal or guru is a living roadmap. Okay, and somebody say, okay, I will go with the uncharted terrain and I'll explore and things. But as human being, it is sensible to follow a direction. It is because animals can go here and there, but we have a mind or a brain, we know how to use it. We use it constructively, we'll follow a direction, and our path or our journey will be less hazardous or less struggle, or we'll have something to reach our destination in a stress-free way, without thinking much. That is where, if I can see the role of Guru, who shows us the path, who guides us throughout our journey. Our journey is not uncertain. You have a certainty in our life. If you ask me the personal level, I say my life, I know my life is certain. I don't know what is uncertainty in my life. There is no uncertainty exist in my life. That is my belief. Very strong belief, because I know I am following somebody who knows my road very well. So that is where Guru's role comes in. What happens in today's world, we have divided our life into watertight compartments, like material life and spiritual life. Okay? And both the lives don't talk to each other. And we are driven by our material life. This is where we see that spiritual life doesn't exist for me. Even if spirituality exists, but this is just something we don't need. But when you're talking about spirituality, it means spirit, something, the soul. And the spirit or the soul, what we believe, it is not outside our body. It is very much within our body.
On a single point, so it can be like our breath, it can be candle flame, so this kind. So these different types of meditations are of course unique in their own way, but we understand it very clearly that the broad focus is the same. Basically, all of these are converging our mind towards finding the inner stillness, right? So now, here comes the next question. So there are different meditation exist all around us, but basically, what is missing and what is one of the critical criteria in meditation? So we should note that if we are not able to practice meditate properly, especially without being centric around an ideal, living ideal or master or guru, whatever you want to call it. So if you don't follow this procedure, it can lead to certain adverse effect on us. For example, you can start losing clarity of thinking. It can make your brain dull over time. So there are a lot of effects. I'm not going to get into the details. So the conclusion is basically we need a guru in our life. So now, of course, what is guru? Who is a guru? So a broad definition would be guru is such a personality who is not just a teacher. He is also, you can call him a super soul or an all fulfiller, or you can also say that his philosophy and ideology can transform our life. So this is what I understand as a broad definition of Guru. And I'm very proud to say that I found Thakur. Means I got connected with Thakur a long back, and his philosophy and his idealism, has been transforming like billions of lives, including me. So now coming to the focus of this talk, so we're going to talk about the principles given by the Thakur how to practice meditation. So which basically includes 2 steps doing simultaneously. So first one is Dhyan. That is a meditation. So where we visualize Thakur like in our third eye. And second one, we do simultaneously chanting. So that is basically chanting the holy name of Thakur. So we do the chanting not like making a sound or whispering, it's basically internal chanting. So now comes the very basic questions. Okay, tell me the steps. What are the steps typically you follow? We need to meditation following Thakur's principle. So first one, very simple. You have to like, just like any other meditation, you sit upright. Basically your spine will be like relatively straight, for example, and you have to keep your head a little bit uplifted. So this is a broad, like optimized posture for a typical meditations, common for everything. So now comes the critical part. So in the next time what I do, you start start converging your focus around your like third eye. And what do you do? Basically you start visualizing Thakur. So what do you mean by that? We start visualizing Thakur's ideology, his principles, and simultaneously start doing chanting the holy name. So which is basically like we call it Bij Mantra. It's a 4-letter word given by Thakur. So what is the Bij Mantra? I'll come to the details. So basically like in a short sentence, it's a, you can call it a fundamental vibration that is like kind of rooted to the vibration of the existence, or you can say vibration of the universe. So these are the broad steps of meditations, and when to perform the meditations.